Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all you Achim around the world, preaching the gospel of truth and in sincerity, always with charity, who's rightly dividing the word of truth directly and correctly. And Spirit just on us, man. You know, we just as a as a camp, we recently, I think it was last week, we read First Maccabees, you know, and Spirit just gave us a couple scriptures, just to put together to exhort brothers, to uplift brothers, man, and the different scenarios that our forefathers was in, and they held firm the faith, and endured through it, So likewise, if we do the same, we shall be victorious as our forefathers was in those different endeavors, that they faced, So we just gonna get into the scriptures. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. This is Sirach, chapter 2, verse 10. It says, "Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise and called upon him?"
Right, so read that again, bro, about sure.
Okay, it says, "Look at the generations of old."
See, it says, look at the generations of old. How do we do that? By preparing ourselves for the search of our fathers, man. Job 8 and 8. This book, our history book, So that's how we look at the generations of old. Go ahead, bro.
It said, "And see, did any ever trust in the Lord and was confounded?"
And anybody that trusts in the name of Yahweh Sham, Yahweh Shah, man, were they confounded? Go ahead, bro.
Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
Mm-hmm.
Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Right. And the answer is none, man. He haven't forsaken none. You know what I'm saying? He and matter of fact, the scriptures will talk better than me, man. So go to Romans 15:4, bro, about sure.
This is Romans 15:4. It says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope."
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So let's just get into a couple of these accounts of our forefathers. This is First Maccabees, the second chapter, and I'm gonna start at the 50th verse. It says, "Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers." So likewise, we are to be the same way, man. Be zealous for Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shah, and be ready to give our lives for the covenant of our fathers, man. It says, verse 51, "Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time. So shall you receive great honor and an everlasting name. Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness? Joseph in the time of his distress kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt. Phineas, our father, in being zealous and fervent, obtained the covenant of an everlasting priesthood." It say Jesus here, but it's actually talking about Joshua during the time of Moses, when the second in command, basically Joshua took over after Moses died. It says, "Joshua, for fulfilling the word, was made a judge in Israel. Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the heritage of the land. David, for being merciful, possessed the throne of an everlasting kingdom. Elias, for being zealous and fervent for the law, was taken up into heaven," which is Elijah. It says, "Ananias, Azarias, and Mishael," which you know them as Hashrak, Meshach, and Abednego. It says, "Ananias, Azarias, and Mishael, by believing, were saved out of the flame. Daniel, for his innocency, was delivered from the mouth of lions. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome." And we must believe that, man. We must hold fast, hold firm to these words, man. Now I'm gonna read that last verse again. It says, "And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome." So we must hold firm to that faith, man. We must hold firm our integrity in Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shah. Go ahead, bro.
This is Daniel, chapter 3, starting at verse, and I'm starting at verse 20. I'm starting at verse 19. It says, Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 1 times more than it was once to be heat.
Right. So the backdrop of the story pretty much is Nebuchadnezzar built this big ass idol, you know, and he commanded his whole kingdom to every time they heard the music, you know, the trumpets and you know all the instruments, that they should pretty much bow and worship this image, you know. So Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael, which is they Babylonian names is Hadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they wasn't going, man. As it is written in the law, man, you should serve no other gods. I mean, you should bow down to no other gods, you know. So when they didn't bow to this image, you know, they came to Nebuchadnezzar and they told and said that these three men didn't bow, you know. So this is the result of it. Go ahead, bro.
It says, Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach.
Matter of fact, Slocky, brother. Start at 15.
It says verse 15.
14. Start at 14.
Verse 14. It says, Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego?
Shadrach, Meshach.
Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up?
Right. So he said, do you not serve my gods? You know, which the answer is no. Go ahead, bro.
It says, Now, if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, is it that psaltery? Psaltery, and Delamite. It says, all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands?
Mm-hmm.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning furnace. It's like the burning fiery furnace. And he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king.
Right. So it said, our power, our God, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, is able to deliver us out of the burning fiery furnace, man. And that's symbolic as today, man. Hey, America is that burning fiery furnace that we're in, man. And Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai is able to deliver us out of this place, man. But we must hold that faith firm. We must believe that. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. Verse 17. If you be so, like verse 18. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship thy golden images which thou hast set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar, full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded.
So likewise today, man, that golden image would represent the image of the beast, man. This way of life. Revelations 13 chapter, man. This way of life that this Edomite set up, man. You know, to accept homosexuality and bestiality and pedophilia, man. You know, to, hey, do as thou wilt, man. Do whatever that's pleasing unto your flesh, man. That's the way of this world, man. That's serving that image. You know, and it's gonna be a time where, hey, that hour of temptation gonna come, man, and we're gonna be tempted as Azariah, Hananiah, and Mishael was, man. And we're gonna see if our integrity can withstand, you know. Go ahead, bro.
It says, therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was once to be heat. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, then hosen, and their hats and their other garments were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceedingly hot. The flame of the fire
Slew.
slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And
Right. So the niggas that threw them in the fire got burnt up, man. Go ahead, bro.
it says, and these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished and rose up in haste and spake and said to his counselors, and now we cast three men down into the midst of the fiery furnace, into the midst of the fire. They answered and said, they answered and said to the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see four men loose walking in the midst of the fire. They have no hurt, and the form of the fourth is like the Son of God.
Right, man. Because when two or three are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst, man. That's Yahweh Shai. And he's going to be there to protect us, man. But we must believe that and hold that firm. Go ahead, bro. Read the last verse.
It says, Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth out of the midst of the fire.
Right. Came out of the midst of the fire, man. Untouched, man. You know? And if you, matter of fact, read the 27, bro.
All right, it says, and the princes, governors, captains, and the king's counselors being gathered together, saw these men upon whose body the fire had no power, nor was an hair of their head stinged, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them.
Right, man. So it wasn't nothing singed, man. No smoke on them, no smell of smoke or nothing, man. They came out of that fire untouched, man, unharmed. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and the faith that they had, man. So that's an example of those that trust in the Lord and wasn't confounded, man. You know? So go from there to Daniel chapter 6, verse 16.
This is Daniel chapter 6, verse 16. It says, Then the king commanded and brought Daniel and cast him into the lions, into the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, Thy God, whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. And a stone was brought and laid upon the mouth of the den. And the king sealed it with his own signet and with the signet of his lord.
So they threw Daniel into a lion's den. You know, first off, they didn't feed the lions. So as soon as he was thrown in, they wanted the lions to basically eat him right away. You know? But go ahead, bro.
That the purpose might not be changed concerning Daniel. Then the king went to his palace and placed the night fasting. And passed the night fasting. Neither were instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. Then the king arose very early in the morning and went and hastened to the den of lions. And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living God, is thy God whom thou servest continually able to deliver thee from the lions? Then said Daniel to the king, O king, live forever. My God hath sent his angel and hath shut the lion's mouth, that they have not hurt me. For as much as before him innocent was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt.
Hey, the Lord delivered Daniel out of that lion's den, man. Those lions didn't attack Daniel. Jump to 24, bro.
Verse 24. It says, And the king commanded, and they brought those men which had cursed Daniel,
Accused
Daniel, and they cast them into the den of lions, them, their children, and their wives. and the lion had the mastery of them,
Mhm.
and break all them bones in pieces, so and break all their bones in pieces, or ever they came at the bottom of the den.
Right, man. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua shut the mouth of the lion so they didn't attack Daniel. Why? Because of his faith, man. Because of his integrity that he had towards Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And those niggas that's accused him falsely, when they were cast in, the lions tore them niggas apart, man. Them, they children and their wives, man. And that's what's gonna happen to you guys who are accusing wrongfully the true men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Go from there. No, I got it. Don't worry about it, bro. This is Salaki, I just had it. This is Bel and the Dragon. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Bel and the Dragon, chapter 1, verse 34. It says, "But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, Go carry the dinner that thou hast into Babylon unto Daniel, who was in the lion's den." So the Lord fed Daniel while he was in the lion's den as well, man. So you can just imagine those lions sitting around while Daniel eating, man. I know they smelled the food that Daniel was eating, and they still didn't attack him, man. It says, "And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit set him in Babylon over the den. And Habakkuk cried, saying, O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which the Most High has sent thee. And Daniel said, Thou hast remembered me, O power, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee." And we must hold that firm, man. It says, "So Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk in his own place again immediately." You know? So we must hold. Hey, these are examples, man. Romans 15:4 says the things that are written aforetime are written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, man. So when we read these things, man, and we can have that same hope that these men had in Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua, and the Lord delivered them out of it, man. Look at the generations of old, man. We're showing you, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua. So go from there to can you find Elisha with the chariots? Elisha, when he said them that be with us are more than them.
I had a precept too.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
This is Psalms 18. It says, "I will love thee, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, my strength in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower." You know, so it says my God, my strength in whom I will trust. Because if we have faith and we trust in the Lord, you know, He's able to deliver us out of situations that seems impossible. Like Scripture says, nothing is impossible to Most High. It says, "And my deliverer," you know, my buckler. And so if we truly believe and have faith, you know, that the Lord is who He is the deliverer, you know, then hey.
I mean, hey, that's Yahweh Shai's name, man. He deliverer, He savior, man. That's His name. You know, and we must believe that. I got the scripture. That was it on that. I got the scriptures I was looking for. This is if you can get First Maccabees, the 3rd chapter, the 13th verse. My writing forward. But this is 1 Kings 17, and I'm gonna start at the top. It says, "And Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, and said unto Ahab, As Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua, power of Israel, liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. And the word of Yahweh came unto him, saying, Get thee hence, and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. So he went and did according unto the word of the Lord, for he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook." You know, So the Lord fed him, man. Birds came and brought bread to Elijah, man, and he just drank the water out the river, man. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua sustained Elijah, man, and that's going to happen again according to Isaiah, the 65th chapter and the 13th verse. It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry." You know, who's the ones that's gonna eat? The ones that hold fast that faith, man, and believe in the things that Yahweh Shem Yahushua have given us, man. These scriptures. Lo, I come in the volume of the book, it is written of me, man. So, hey, believing in Yahweh Shai, man. You know? So it says, but ye shall be hungry. Who is the ones that are going to be hungry? The ones that don't believe, man. The ones that forsaken him, man. And that's 2/3 of our people. It says, behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. You know? And that's what's coming, man. But hey, we gotta believe that, man. And we gotta hold firm our faith, you know. So the next one I got was 2 Kings 6, and I'm gonna get straight to the point, verse 15. And when the servant of the man of the Most High, this is Elisha's servant, was risen early and gone forth, behold, and hosts compassed the city both with horses and chariots. So this massive army came, you know, up against Elisha and his servant. You know, because when you read the account, pretty much Elisha was pretty much ratting out they plans, everything that they tried to do. You know what I'm saying? Elisha knew about it. How? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You know? So the dude got wind and he went to go come for Elisha, right? It says, and when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and going forth, behold, and hosts compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And we must remember that even when we on our journey, man, because this is a lonely journey, even though we have Akim around us, man. We must remember that they that be with us are more than they that be with them, man. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua has us, man. Scripture says the angels are kept around those that fear the Lord, man. And we must believe that. It says, verse 17, and Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. You know? So, man, he's seen all the chariots, man, and the angels that was with them, man. And that's a comfort to know that, man. Even though you can't see him there or there, you know, Yahweh is in the midst of us, man, even though we can't see him. His spirit, his presence is here with us, man, and we must believe that. You know, and then you can, you know, further read in the 2 Kings and see how that army was delivered into the hands of the king of Israel, and he smote them, you know. But no, go ahead, bro.
I have to do so.
Go ahead.
This is 2 Maccabees chapter 8, verse 12. It says, now when the word was brought unto Judas of Nicanor's coming, and he had imparted unto those that were with him that the army was at hand, they that were fearful and distressed the justice of God fled and conveyed themselves away. Others sold all that they had left, and with all besought the Lord to deliver them, being sold by the wicked Nicanor before they met together, and if not for their own sakes, yet for the covenant he had made with their fathers, and for his holy and glorious namesake, by which they were called. So Maccabeus came his men together unto the number of 6,000, and exhorted them not to be stricken with terror of the enemy, nor to fear the great multitude of the heathen who came wrongfully against them, but to fight manfully. You know, because it was Nicanor had a way bigger army, you know, than Judas Maccabee had, you know, and they was getting fearful. So I'm gonna keep reading. It says, and to set before their eyes the injury that they had unjustly done to the holy place, and the cruel handling of the city, wherefore they made mockery, and also the taking away of the government of their forefathers. It says, for they, he said, trust in their weapons and boldness. You know, so them man, they trust in, their horsemen, their footmen, their shields. But it says, but our confidence is in the Almighty God, who at the back can cast down both them that come against us and also all the world. It says, moreover, he recounted unto them what helps their forefather had found, and how they were delivered when Sennacherib 100 fourscore and 5,000 perished.
Mm-hmm.
And he told them of the battle that they had in Babylon with the Galatians, how they came but 8,000, and all to the business were 4,000 Macedonians, and that the Macedonians, being perplexed, the 8,000 destroyed 120,000, being because of the help that they had from heaven.
Mm.
So 8,000 man destroyed 120,000 because of the help that they had with the Most High, Yahweh Bashan Shai. It says and so received great booty, but that was basically the point that I was bringing out.
Come. And that's beautiful because it ties in pretty much to the same one I got right here. It's First Maccabees 3. I'm gonna start at 13. It says, now when Syrian, a prince of the army of Syria, heard say that Judas had gathered unto him a multitude in company of the faithful, right? Of the faithful, those who stood firm and fought for Yahweh Sham Yahushai and our heritage, man, and our covenant, to go out with him to war. He said, I will get me a name and honor in the kingdom, for I will go fight with Judas and them that are with him who despise the king's commandments. So he made him ready to go up, and there went with him a mighty host of the ungodly to help him and to be avenged of the children of Israel. You can get 1 Samuel 14. It says, and when he came near to the going up of Betharon, Judas went forth to meet him with a small company. So this man had a mighty host, but Judas had a small company, right? It says, verse 17, who when they saw the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so great a multitude and so strong, seeing we are ready to faint with fasting all this day? Unto whom Judas answered, it is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few. And that's the zeal and the faith. And Judas was a mighty man. He said, it is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few. And with the power of heaven, it is all one, to deliver with a great multitude or a small company. For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength cometh from heaven, man. And we must believe that, man. Our power, our strength is in the heavens, man. Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, man. It says, they come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us, as do all these other nations, and 2/3 of our people are counted as these goddamn heathens, man. So they come up against us in their pride and their iniquity to destroy us and our wives and children and to spoil us. But we fight for our lives and our laws, man. We fight for our lives and our laws. We fight for Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, man. It says, wherefore the Lord himself will overthrow them before our face, and as for you, be ye not afraid of them. Now as soon as he had left off speaking, he leapt suddenly upon them, and so Sarah and his host was overthrown before him, man. And that's that looking at the generations of old, man. Man, bro. Man, that was a mighty deal right there, man. Go ahead, bro.
This is 1 Samuel 14. It says, now it came to pass upon a day that Jonathan, the son of Saul, said unto the young man that bare his armor, Come and let us go over to Philistines garrison. It says that is on the other side. But he told not his father. The Saul tarried in the uttermost part of Gibeon. It says under a pomegranate tree, which is in Migron, and the people that were with him were about 600 men. And Ahiah, the son of Ahitub, it says Ichabod, brother, the son of Phinehas, it says the son of Eli, the Lord's priest, and Shiloh. It says wearing an ephod, and the people knew not that Jonathan was gone. It says, and between the passages by which Jonathan sought to go over under to the Philistines' garrison, there was a sharp rock on the one side and a sharp rock on the other side. And the name of the one was Bezez. It says, and the name of the other was Sini. It says, the forefront of the one was Satay northward over against Michmash, and the other southward over against Gibeon. It says, and Jonathan said to the young man that bare his armor, Come and let us go over unto the garrison of these uncircumcised. It may be that the Lord will work for us, for there is no restraint to the Lord to save by many or by few. And his armor bearer said unto him,
Right, so it ain't no restraint to the Lord to save by many or by few, man. man, that was another mighty deal, man. Go ahead.
It says, and his armor bearer said unto him, Do all this is in thy heart. Turn thee, behold, I am with thee, according to thy heart.
Now jump down to 13.
Verse 13. And Jonathan climbed up upon his hands and his feet, and his armor bearer after him, and they fell before Jonathan, and his armor bearer slew after him. It says, and the first slaughter which Jonathan and his armor bearer made were about 20 men, within as it were an half-acre land, which a yoke of oxen might plow. It says, and there was trembling in the host in the field, and among all the people, the garrison and the spoilers, they also trembled. And the earth quaked, so it was a very great trembling. And the watchmen of Saul and Gibeon of Benjamin looked, and behold, the multitude melted away, and they went on beating down one another.
Man, so Jonathan and his armor bearer, 2 men, puts a flight that whole garrison, man. That whole set of fucking dogs, uncircumcised fucking Hamites, man. Which is a beautiful thing, man. That's all we need on that. Go from there to Judges 7, Bible shot. I got one in Second Chronicles 14, and I'm starting at 8. It says, and Asai had an army of men that bear targets and spears out of Judah 300,000, and out of Benjamin that bear shields and drew bows 280,000. Fourscore, which means 80, so it's 280,000. All these were mighty men of valor, and there came out against them Zerah the Ethiopian with an host of 1,000,000. If I'm not mistaken, that's 1,000,000. And 300 chariots, and came unto Marisah. Then Asai went out against him, and they set the battle in array in the valley of Zephathah at Marisah. And Asai cried unto Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua his power, and said, Lord, it is nothing with thee to help, whether with many or with them that have no power. Help us, O Lord, our power, for we rest on thee, and in thy name we go against this multitude. O Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua, thou art our power, let not man prevail against thee. So the Lord smote the Ethiopians before Asai and before Judah, and the Ethiopians fled. Man, I'm gonna read the last verse. And a sign, the people that were with him pursued them unto Gerar, and the Ethiopians were overthrown, that they could not recover themselves, for they were destroyed before the Lord, before his host, and they carried away very much spoil. And that's when you stand firm and in the faith that Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua, man. Go ahead, bro.
This is Judges 7. It says, then Jerubbaal, who was at Gibeon, and all the people that were with him, rose up early and pitched beside the wall of the rock. So the host of the Midianites were on the north side of them by the hill of Moreh in the valley. The Lord said unto Gideon, the people that are with thee are too many for the people, too many for me to give the Midianites into their hands.
Right, so the Lord, like, man, look, man, it's too many of y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? It's too many, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
Right, he says, least Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, my own hand have saved me.
Right. You know, so the Lord want to show his power, man, that he can save by a few, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
It says, now therefore go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead. It says, and there returned of the people 22,000, and there remained 10,000.
Right. So altogether was 32,000 men. Right? So 22,000 left. Why? Because it says, whosoever is fearful and afraid. So 22,000 of them niggas was scared, man. They didn't have faith in Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua. And then Sirach says that he that is faint-hearted shall not be defended. You know? You gotta believe, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, and the Lord said,
so it's 10,000 men left, right? Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many.
There's still too many of y'all, right? Go ahead.
Bring them down into the water, and I will tarry them for 3. Like I will
try them.
I will try them. Like I will try them for thee there. And it shall be that of whom I send thee, this shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee. And whomsoever I send thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go. So he brought down the people into the water, and the Lord said unto Gideon, every one that lappeth of the water with his tongue as a dog lappeth, him shalt thou set before himself. Likewise, everyone that bow down into the least drink. And the number of them that lappeth, putting their hands to their mouth, were 300 men.
Right. So they took the water and they put their hands to their mouth and they drank the water like that. Right. Go ahead.
But all the rest of the people bowed down on their knees to drink the water.
Like how an animal would, man. They went down and put their face into the water. Go ahead.
The Lord said to Gideon, by the 300 men that lapped, will I save
that lapped out their hand. They put their hand in the water and made a cup, and they lapped out their hand. Go ahead.
And deliver the Midians into thy hand, and let all the other people go, every man into his place.
Right. So when you finish and you pretty much read the rest of it, man. Hey, the Lord delivered Israel out of the hand of the Midianites with 300 men, man. And he had that whole multitude, but he dwindled it down. Why? To show his power, man. Like how Judah said in First Maccabees, man. It don't the condition. Matter of fact, let me get it again because I don't want to butcher it. First Maccabees 3 and verse 19 says, "For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength cometh from heaven." Man, bro. Go ahead, you got something?
I just had this Sirach 4.
Yeah, we ended on that.
This is Sirach 4:28. It says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight with you.
Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for you, man. And that's it, man. Keep that faith, man. Keep that zeal, keep that fire. Go hard for Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua, as Judas did, man. As King David did, as Jonathan did. As all these examples that we have in the scriptures. you know, Elijah, Elisha, you know, and may Yahweh Sham Yahushai put that courage and that zeal and that fire in us, man, and up it and turn it up more and more and more as the day approach. So Lord willing, man, we hope this was edifying, man, and we hope it was exhorting, you know, hope it put fire and zeal and you know, more compassion and passion, and man, you know, hey, we at the end of this thing, man. Ain't no time for doubting and being fearful, man. Hey, Yahweh Sham Yahushai is our God, man. He is our strength, man. He will defend us, you know, and we must believe that, you know. So all praises, honor, glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you brothers who preaching the gospel in truth, in sincerity, in charity, who rightly dividing the word of truth directly and correctly, man. As Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai ordained it, man. You know, shalom, brothers.